Now, in next topic, we are going to see accumulation of variation during reproduction. So it means you know already that variation appear during reproduction. Variation occur during reproduction, whether the mode of reproduction is sexual or asexual. In both cases, there will be variation. So each generation, this is first generation and this is second generation, this is the parent organism. So each generation provide next generation with a common basic body design. So here you can see the basic body design is same. Basic body design is same in first generation as well as in the second generation. But some small variations will be there in each generation. Here you can see there is small variation. And that small variation will be there with respect to the parent as well as among the offsprings also there will be variation. So see the variation. So here the variation has been shown by change in the color, just to make you understand. Here this portion is similar to the parent, but here there is variation with respect to the parent. Similarly, in this offspring, there is variation with respect to the parent as well as among the offspring. So now in the second generation, see this is the second generation. In the second generation, you can see here this offspring. There are two offsprings now. In these two offsprings, it is almost similar to its parent. It is almost similar to its parent. Correct? But here you can see among this offspring, if you compare with this offspring, there is variation. See, the variation is shown here. And with respect to its parent also there is variation. See here, this one. This part, there is small variation. Small variation. So what I mean to say is, each generation provides the next generation with a common basic body design. So common body design is inherited to the next generation, every generation. But there will be small variations. So this is the case of asexual mode of reproduction. Here only one parent is involved. So in the next generation it gives rise to two individuals, two offsprings, and each of these two offsprings, after they become parent organism, this parent gives rise to two other offsprings, and this parent gives rise to two other. So it keeps on multiplying in each generation, because in first generation you see there are only two offsprings. In second generation now there are four offsprings. Like that it keeps on multiplying and increase the populations. And this variation produced in the organism during successive generation, means after every generation, it gets accumulated in the organism. And the significance of the variation will be shown up only if it continue to be inherited by the offspring for several generations. So after many generations, that variations will be shown up. Let us take the examples, how this kind of variations leads to evolution. And variation is also important. Variation is important because the environment in which the organisms are surviving, that environment also changes. So to adapt themselves to the changing environment, there should be variation. Then only they can maintain their population. Let us see the examples. This example itself is the case of asexual mode of reproduction, where the variation is very less, but still there is some variation. So this is the parent organism and this is the first generation. In the first generation, there is variation with respect to the parent. Suppose this develop a variation and it is heat resistant. That means it can tolerate heat. It can tolerate heat. So it has developed a trait. That the trait is it can tolerate high temperature also. Whereas this organism, it is not able to tolerate high temperature. That is, it cannot tolerate heat or cannot tolerate high temperature. Now, since these two offsprings have the same characteristics as that of their parent, see here, same characteristics. That means they cannot resist high temperature. Whereas these offsprings which were developed from this parent, these offsprings means these are the offsprings of second generation which are formed from this parent. And since this parent is heat, since these parents they can tolerate heat, therefore their new generation, that is the second generation, can also tolerate heat. Correct? So suppose in the environment where these offsprings are surviving, the temperature due to some reason it has become high. Then these offsprings can survive, whereas these offsprings they cannot survive because they do not have that characteristics. They cannot tolerate high temperature. So they will die. These offsprings will die. They cannot maintain their population. These characteristics organisms cannot maintain their population in that particular environment. Whereas these offsprings with that particular characteristics, what is that characteristics? They can tolerate high temperature. They can keep on multiplying their population. Hence, population of that particular species is maintained.